Being in the dark sucks, but the Beta QR from Prometheus Lights does a great job at lighting things up and fits on a keychain. Let's check it out. Like I mentioned before, the dark sucks, and Jason, the founder of Prometheus Lights, also agrees with me. If you don't believe me, just take a look at his domain name. This small light packs a punch. It measures in at 0.5 by 2.875 by 0.5 inches. According to the website, this thing weighs 0.8 ounces, but we clocked ours in at 0.85 ounces. And Jason, the founder, claims that it'll put out more light than a Maglite, 50% more to be exact. For us, we haven't tested the lumens specifically on that, but we can attest that this thing puts out a ton of light for the tiny size that it is. Can you imagine law enforcement using these instead of the giant Maglites that you see on their belts? It'd be a little less epic looking at the smaller size, but it'd still be as bright. Upon inspection, you can tell that a lot of small details and a lot of hard work has been put into creating this light. And although Prometheus Lights doesn't create everything in their shop, when they do source things from outside, specifically the LEDs, they always look for the best, and their bar for quality is very high. This one is black in color, and on the website there are a couple other styles to choose from with different finishes and different colors. The light operates off one AAA battery, keeping it nice and light, and you can put this in by screwing it off the top and just sliding it right in. There are two brightness modes on this thing. If you twist twice, it'll be on high. If you twist once, it'll be on low brightness. Now, we thought this twisting mechanism would cause a bit of a problem because twisting turns on the light and off the light, and twisting also lets you change out the battery, but there are quite a few threads in this thing, so for it to come loose, it needs to be twisted around quite a few times before it's gonna come apart and the battery's just gonna, fall out in your bag or on your keychain or attached to your pack. On the highest brightness mode, I've personally used this thing to light up an entire small tent. It does get very, very bright, and it's sort of deceiving because it is tiny. One of the best features on this thing is the quick release keychain. So we're just gonna pull that off, boom, and now we have ourselves a dedicated flashlight. This keychain piece can go on your keys, on your luggage, or in your bag attached somewhere. And the great thing about it is that whenever you need this light, you just quickly pull it off. Now at first I thought this would be a loose connection, and I was like, hey, like if I have this on a keychain, I'm gonna lose my flashlight. But the connection here is very strong, much stronger than I had initially anticipated, and only comes apart with kind of some very specific force. It's definitely not the tastiest thing in the world, but once the thing is detached from the keychain, you can hold it in your mouth if you need two hands to operate something and you need the light pointing somewhere. It's small enough to fit inside. Obviously a headlamp is gonna be better, but it'll work in a pinch if you need two hands for something. So for the pros of this thing, it's very bright for such a small size. It has a slick design, both in aesthetics and the way that it functions with the two different modes. It's also super convenient and handy to have, and it's really small, so it just kind of disappears into the rest of your loadout when you're not using it. It's not this huge Maglite that you're taking around with you when you're traveling. So for some of the cons, it's really minor, but this logo is a little bit off center. I don't know if it's just this specific version, but those little design details matter, and it doesn't look the best. With it being so small, it's also kind of a double-edged sword. So, it could be a little bit easier to get lost if you're more of a clumsy person, or you don't store this in the right way. And the last thing, this thing is a little bit expensive. At the time of posting this review, the Beta QRv2 from Prometheus Lights comes in at $59. That may seem like a lot for a light this small. However, you'd be hard pressed to find something as small and as bright and as of high quality than what we have here. So thanks for taking a look at the Prometheus Lights Beta QRv2. Be sure to head over to packhacker.com/newsletter and never miss an update. We'll see you in the next video.